Did you hear? It's something that I heard earlier this week, and it kind of confirms what I've already believed in.
Yeah.
That we are not alone in this universe. Like there are aliens.
No.
Yeah, like the James Webb telescope has now detected a large moving object that is heading towards Earth. And the weird thing is that they're saying that it course corrected itself to head towards Earth. What are your thoughts about this?
This is exactly what I've been talking about for years. We start putting all these signals out, right? Let's see who's listen. Somebody's going to answer your freaking phone call,
Right?
Okay, that's what happens. Somebody's going to answer your call, and you're not going to like what it is because some amoeba-looking spaceman's going to freaking flow down here.
Right. If they know how to get to us, they clearly have more technology than we do.
Yeah.
That's
We
the
can't go to the moon, man. What are you talking about? I'm not even sure if we've ever been to the moon.
Okay.
I wonder if they have billionaires on their planet that are just like creating spaceships just so they can go into orbit.
The penis-shaped ones.
Oh God! Can you imagine like 10,000 Armada ships, all penis-shaped, just flying towards Earth.
Right. Elon Musk, he may actually be an alien, so he may already be among us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen. So I think I saw something about this where they're like saying it could be like Armada or something like 1,000 ships or 10,000 ships.
Oh, we're done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a little overkill, right?
Yeah, we don't need
You're
that.
probably only going to just need one ship.
Two ships.
Right.
Hey, one ship, two ship, three ship. I don't know what's after that. We're good.
You don't know what's after 3?
No.
Okay.
And I think, I've seen enough movies to know how you can take over the entire world. You just need a couple strategic ships to shoot a laser beam, a cactor beam down there and just annihilate some shit. And we're just going to be like, all right, I guess we belong to you now.
Let me ask you this. So the click clacks do show up.
Yeah.
And they
click clacks?
Yeah.
That's what I imagine. They're probably like,
hey, do you think you do barbecue?
That's the question I was getting to. Is like, okay, so you have to prepare one barbecue dish, smoke
for the click clacks?
For the click clacks.
Okay.
And you have to impress them or they're going to
annihilate you. Yeah. They're just going to they'll just shoot you with a little phaser and then you're nothing. You're not even dust. You're like, you cease to exist.
Yeah. You turn into like click clack charcoal or something like that.
Yeah, right.
They're like scooped you right up.
I can see
it goes in their smoker.
Standing at the grill. With
That's our seasoning.
Tongs.
That's our seasoning. Jesus, man.
Aliens standing there. You're like, hey, are you guys sauce guys or just dry rub? How do you like your
click clack. Right? Like, oh, more seasoning on there.
Right.
Love these guys.
Yeah.
Listen, if they're that far, if they're that advanced, are they even funny? Do they even have sense of humor? Is that only like a human trait?
Or every science fiction movie you see the evolved, like either you see like, okay, the earthlings evolved and they moved off in 1,000 years they come back and then they're very just serious and they got no more humor,
like robots.
And just like we just live to whatever. Like there's no beer and there's no
beer.
Yeah,
forget it.
They're enlightened.
They're enlightened. They don't need that stuff anymore. All they need is just knowledge.
They've progressed, right? They so that's the thing. It's like talking about like, the progression of what an alien society could look like. And it could be like no more bodies. They could just be like entities.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
That's depressing.
Sort of.
You're telling me that they don't have day drinking?
That's what I was just wondering. Like, yeah, apparently they don't have any drinking.
I think they do.
Yeah.
The click clacks definitely got day drinking.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
Today's podcast episode, we're going to sit around the do's and don'ts, how to survive day drinking and how to make it fun and actually not ruin your life. So,
but also take it one step further. Multiple day drinking. Multiple days. If you go on trips, like we do this all the time. We go to the river and
go on these barbecue trips, which is mostly work, but there is some drinking involved.
There's some drinking involved, but you spend a week out there and it's like you wake up in the morning and you have some breakfast, right? It's always the same breakfast. It's like Groundhog Day, really. It's everybody's having eggs, maybe some pancakes. There's always some bacon, some potatoes, whatever, right? Some tacos happening. Then that progresses into what alcohol you're going to drink for the rest of the day.
Well, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
That's exactly what I'm saying, right? And then it's like, okay, how do you run this gauntlet for one day? No problem. We all know how to do it for one day. Do it over the course of a week. where you know every single day is going to be that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I think
feel like
that's
you gotta
called
plan
Like a cruise.
I think that's binge drinking. I think that
Yeah,
It's
that
a
might be a
cruise.
different. Yeah,
Right.
cruises are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
always have to have that one day. It's like, oh, this is my recovery day, but usually right after lunch you start drinking.
They give you 15 drinks on a carnival.
So we'll get into that. We got some cool stories coming up of memorable day drinking, and we're gonna get a little tips and tricks what to do, what don't to do. Listen to me,
Hey,
man.
what the
He
don't
may
you
be
do?
he may be a click clacker.
I
Yeah.
may, yeah.
Hey.
I saw this might interest you, John. I saw the M&M's coming out with a new flavor. This is I think it's been a few years since they've came out with a new one, and I say it might interest you. It's based off their peanut butter
Oh.
M&M.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I thought he was saying Eminem the rapper at first.
But I was thinking like, okay, I thought actually M&Ms, but don't all M&Ms taste the same?
No, there's a shit ton of them.
The blue M&M tastes like the green M&M.
Okay, he's not talking about the colors. He's
Yeah.
talking about the flavors. Like there's caramel M&Ms, there's peanut
Oh, those are
M&Ms,
disgusting.
almond M&Ms, regular M&Ms,
Nobody eats
peanut
those.
butter M&Ms,
Peanut
toffee
M&Ms.
M&Ms,
No, peanut-
crisp M&Ms. Okay,
Peanut-
go ahead.
John
Peanut
knows them all.
M&Ms are the only M&Ms you should be talking about.
No, that's not correct.
Okay, so this
What's
is
the new one?
the PB&J.
Oh,
So you're gonna still have the
Damn
same
it.
peanut butter center,
Mhm.
but it has like a berry coating on the outside. I guess the shell is like berry flavored.
is this like a limited time thing, or is this something?
I don't know. I think they're putting it out for good. I think they.
Wow.
Yeah.
We don't speak for the company. We don't know, John.
Okay, well, look into it, I guess. And
Yeah.
Okay.
it sounds interesting. I don't know. It sounds kind of
Can-
awful, honestly, but we'll try it.
Can we make a barbecue sauce with this?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like a barbecue M&Ms.
No, like you take everything, you grind everything up, right? You add whatever your K-Row, I don't know what you're adding to it. It's your sauce, but can you make a sauce out of this? Peanut butter and jelly M&M.
Like a peanut sauce? Like a use on like what is that? Like a
Thai food or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Like, I guess you can make a sauce out of anything, Jam. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey guys, y'all got a Pit Life Barbecue came in.
I'm just gonna be over here for a little bit. Just don't mind me, guys.
They said they're
I'm gonna take a
listening,
nap.
listening on the ride home. So shout out.
What's up?
You got Doug. Doug came up and said, "What's up, guys?" And you got Greg Johnson said, "Made it." He's still in his truck.
Nice.
Let's go, man.
Hey, don't forget to stop at the gas station, man. Just pick up that tall boy. Pick up a couple of tall boys. Get to the house because it is Friday, man. This is a rare podcast episode of Friday for us. So, but it is Friday, man. You guys deserve it. You need to celebrate. Let's get this weekend kicked off for sure,
dude. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is
pretty cool.
I live my life like not really wanting like day drink every day or whatever else, but I totally love day drinking way more than getting off at work. Okay, I don't consider getting off work at 5 o'clock and having a couple of drinks. That is not day drinking.
No.
It's
Okay.
happy hour.
That's happy hour drinking, right? Day drinking is when you get off work at 10:30 or you leave it at lunchtime and you never go back to work. And then you finish the entire day out just having the best damn day ever. Then you show back up the house, right? The same time you got off work, which is a pro move, by the way. Okay. And you walk in, you're like, what's for dinner? Right?
They never suspect a thing.
Yeah, no, nobody ever knows exactly. Or you bypass the house, head over to a buddy's house, right? Hang out there and make the phone call. Like, hey, I've been hanging out like 30 minutes. And they're like, you been drinking? I'm like, yeah, I had a couple of drinks, not a bit. And then you run that whole gauntlet for a little bit and they have to come pick you up because you can't drive anymore. You know what I mean? That's great day drinking right there, right?
Sounds great
Can
for
I get
you.
it?
It sounds terrible for the other people.
I'm sorry.
around
Can
you.
I get it? Can I get an amen real quick? I mean, like who? What are you trying to do? What is your goal by day drinking, James? What do you consider day drinking?
Are we getting in day drinking?
I think we are. No,
Okay.
we're not. We are.
I mean, we
are
don't have to. No, we talk about everything else, man.
What's your goal? I mean, to have fun.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty much the goal with everything. Is just to have a good time. And,
Mhm.
and I guess the goal is to do it without getting
sloppy.
sick and making it through the night and not feeling
Everybody's
too awful the next day.
Who cares? That's tomorrow's problem. That's like I'm not even worried about tomorrow. I'm worried about how do I function today and get through tonight. And then once I wake up, it's a brand new me, brand new Jan, brand new day.
Okay.
right? Hangover, no hangover. Like, how do you limit those hangovers? Because the idea is to have as much fun as you can and limit the hangover the next day. It's vitamins, man. That's all it is. Like, what are these? They're selling these damn vitamins everywhere now. These drinking vitamins, they work.
Yeah.
They really work. 2 or 3 of these little pills, Quaaludes. I don't know what you're calling them these days.
Right.
Yeah, but how do you feel about the bottomless mimosa brunches?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, they're great. It's not OJ.
Do we have barbecue news this week, John?
I have a little bit more of a, let's do the hot off the grill barbecue news. We've talked about this before, but I wanted to just remind the listeners because I want to see every single one of them there. The Texas Open Fire Meetup is coming October 26th. It's pretty much an all-day event, so there will be day drinking involved. And again, we'll have information on it down below. Just scroll down, get your tickets. It's cheaper if you get them in advance. And that's all I got for it. That's all I got about
How much are the
barbecue
tickets
news right now?
Do you know?
I think it's $20 in advance, $25 if you get them the day of.
Okay, so $20.
Lots of food.
Yeah,
lots
so
of
that's
drinks.
what I'm saying. You're getting probably 60 to 80 different pit masters. They're showing up to this.
Oh, there's
thing.
more than that.
Hundreds.
There's like over 100 at this point.
So over 100 different pit masters showing up. This everybody's showcasing some of the best foods that they can come up with. It's all being cooked in front of you. Live fire demonstrations. So again, the difference between live fire and smoking, right? There's no offset smoker or barbecue pit.
Right. Yeah. No, it's all open fire cooking.
This is just you've got a container that's holding a bunch of wood, and you've got different racks and different things that are set up over almost like the not Santa Maria. Yeah, I guess still,
kind of sort of.
yeah,
Yeah.
still
Some
Santa
of them, they
Maria.
got fires going right on the ground with the big
That's right.
cross going over. Like I said, they
Yes.
had whole cows out there. They
Yeah.
had lots of gators and all kinds of shit.
That's what
Like
I'm
you
saying.
name it, they've probably cooked it over the fire out there. So probably be more of that, and you get to try all that shit. So and it's super fun. Plus you get to see us. So.
Yeah, and plus it's us.
Yeah.
We're actually hosting this. Nobody said anything. Al was like, "Hey, do you mind if I put my name on?" I said, "No, Al, go ahead and do it."
Yeah.
Just know this is a grabbing the brisket. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Yeah. Thank you, Al, for inviting us.
I know. Super big thank you. And if you guys, I'm everybody that knows who he is, but if you guys that don't know who he is, please go look him up. He's a fantastic.
Al Fergoni. We'll put a link down below for you.
That's right. He's a wonderful pit master. He does some great. I love his videos. His energy. He's very unique. And it's his kind of niche, that he's kind of done and fostered that a lot of people have jumped onto. But he's kind of the GOAT when it comes to that. He's got some badass. The chimichurri rub that he come up with is just it's a dehydrated seasonings and whatever else that you rehydrate back up with your vinegar and your oil there. And you can kick it up however you want to, after you have it, but it's good. It's good by itself, and
it's delicious.
It's so good. But he's got his S&P. He's got a bunch of different kind of lines out there he's come up with. But he was a COVID guy. A lot of people don't know that about him. Like when things kind of shut down a little bit, and he had to pivot and change. It's kind of where he kind of found his success. And you know what? We're not far off from that as well. So
actually, we had him on during our last NBBQA series. So
that's
if you guys want to hear that interview, go back. I don't remember which one it is. Just listen to all of them and check that out. Also, there's going to be pit masters from like 20 different countries there, so it's going to be
and we're one. We're from Texas.
I literally said that in the group. He was naming all the countries. I said, "Don't forget the great state of Texas."
Yeah, there it is.
Maybe I said country of Texas. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I got for hot off the grill barbecue news.
What's up, guys?
Oh, there it is.
So what up, guys? What up with you?
What up?
Roll.
All right, let's slide into day drinking.
Day drink. Let's go, man.
Let's do it. So right off the bat, I got I read a few articles. I got a few little notes in front of you guys if you want to take a look at it, but I won't try to read all over this. But one of the key ones before was like stay away from bottomless booze brunches.
It's weak alcohol. It's not as good alcohol, right? You're getting the bottom of the barrel alcohol when you do that shit.
No, the concept is you don't want to go to one of those places because you're going to fuel up on a shit ton of drinks because it is bottomless. You're free.
Yeah.
Also, it is like loading up on what are you going to like mimosas? You're going to have like a shit ton of orange juice sitting in your gut. That cheap ass champagne, the vodka, Bloody Marys. It's just very difficult to cram
To process that.
Yeah, you're gonna terrible. You're not gonna be able to process it, but you're gonna have. I mean, how many drinks?
It's
They're
hard
free,
to pace yourself,
right?
Yeah, you can't pace yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
All of them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I agree with you, and I guess you got to know your audience, right? And you have to know what we're doing and whatever. If we're on the golf course, James, we're on the golf course. It's perfectly acceptable to start day drinking at that point. I don't care if it's 8 o'clock in the morning, right? It's perfectly acceptable. That I don't know if there's really a rule there, right? You're trying to be able to swing the golf club and pound as many drinks as you can before you get to the 18th hole, right?
Right.
There's a lot of golfers that play that way.
Yeah. Plus, you're exercising, so you're burning most of it off.
I feel like you don't
Doesn't
pace
even
yourself
matter.
well. I don't.
Yeah.
There may be some people out there that are a little bit better about pacing themselves on the golf course, but it seems like once you're around in the corner, around in the
Yeah.
bend, hitting that 18th green, you're like, ooh.
There's that sweet spot.
Yeah.
So any golfers out there, I'm sure you can relate, that drink, right? So there's always that sweet spot when you're drinking that when you first show up, you're kind of rigid, you're not loose. You go to the range, you might warm up a little bit. Even then, you're not as loose as you can be. You have a few drinks, 2 to 3 drinks, and all of a sudden you're striping the ball, right? You're feeling loose, you're feeling good, you're I don't know, jacking your jaw a little bit, talking a little smack, just yelling at people,
You're in the groove.
throwing stuff at people, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hitting balls at people. This is great.
Are you
Peeing on the green.
are you in that zone? Is that
Yeah.
the place where you start hitting on the cart girls and just like being weird?
No, I don't.
Or is
I
that
don't.
past that?
No, I think I think at 3 drinks in, you're asking like, hey, don't forget about us. That's what you're saying, right? 3 drinks in, Carter comes around, hey girl, hey, let's get a round of beers. Here's a good tip. Don't forget about us. I want to see you like 3 holes up, right? Let's do this again.
Yeah.
Because you make sure they remember you and they'll come back. If not, it may be the next 9 holes before you see them again, right? So you got to tip and you've got to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Not hit on, right? nobody wants to hit on.
Oh,
Yeah,
He's
I was
inappropriate.
making
That's-
reference
yeah.
over the last episode. We talked about that creepy cart guy hitting on that one girl, but
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're not doing that now. Okay, hole 12, and you don't see like you're like, listen, after this, I'm not going to see this person again. Now at this point, you're a little looser, maybe a little. You had a couple of shots.
That's when you shoot
right?
your shot.
No. At this point, you're talking smack, right? You're like they get out to go make a drink, you take their golf cart, right, and you run it down the course, right, and you drive off with
Oh
it.
my god.
It's a great move. 2 is like, hey, like I got $20, says you can't put one in the fairway, right? You just talk smack and make it interesting or whatever else. Other than that, I really don't engage with them. If they don't have any alcohol, if they're just whatever, I'm like, nope, keep her moving, girl. I don't pay any attention. That's not my jam,
Hmm.
you know.
We
But-
got 2 drinks on par 5s.
Yeah.
A shot and a beer on par 3s.
100%.
Yeah.
I tried to play a beer hole one time, dude. But I made it to the back 9. It was so disgusting. It was unreal. I was obliterated, right? And I don't know how many drinks I mean, I had more than 9 drinks just to begin with. But I drank a beer a hole, and at some points I was having to chug one and go walk up to the tee box and open another one up. It was that bad.
Ugh.
It was
It doesn't sound fun.
which is
it
very
does not.
yeah. I don't know, because now they had the whole hot dog thing, right? The whole ballpark thing. 9 beers, 9 dogs, 9 innings. Can you do it?
9 beers, 9 dogs. How long does a ball game last? Like
3 hours,
2 or 3 hours?
Not anymore.
2.5 hours.
Yeah,
They got that pitch clock.
yeah,
going,
yeah.
so,
It goes by so fast now.
I don't know. Maybe the 9 dogs would probably get me.
Telling you, man, you got to run
Yeah.
that gauntlet. I don't
I could do
know.
one
I've
or
never
the other,
tried it.
Maybe.
What does that cost you? Like about $375 to do that? Or?
None if
Right.
you go on Tuesdays.
That's
Yeah,
right.
those-
Dollar dog night,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know about that. So is there any kind of alcohols other than you said, like the cheap liquors that you need to avoid
Anything with
when you're
sugar
doing
in it,
day
right?
drinking? Is it sugar? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. No straight liquor.
No shots? is
Who's
what you're
making
saying?
these rules
Correct.
up?
Well, it's
What
it's a,
are you
it's
drinking?
a marathon, or you got to pace yourself. You can't just go
No sweet drinks, no
What-
straight liquor. Is it just beer?
Wait, what is the time frame that we have to
beer
get
and
done by?
cocktails.
Beer and cocktails.
Beer and cocktails.
What can you just give us the parameters here? What we're talking about? You're going to start drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you have to drink all the way until 9 o'clock at night. Like, what are we talking about here?
Honestly, it's whatever parameters you want to set. If you want to start drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning, then yeah, that's fine. If you want to start at like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere
Like
in
an
there.
adult?
Okay, 11 o'clock. Okay,
Right.
great. Okay, I'm just making sure we're talking about the same thing.
Minus cook-offs and
Right.
playing golf. It's perfectly
Acceptable to drink at 10, 30, or 11 o'clock in the morning.
And
Yeah.
hunting.
And hunting.
hunting.
Mm.
Yeah.
you can
Okay,
roll.
so we do those things. What time are we talking about being done by? 5?
Yeah, we're not doing night drinking.
Then
But we're not talking about going until night.
Well, it could go into night, but we're not talking about going into like
see, he doesn't. No.
3 in the morning.
midnight.
Yeah,
Oh,
no. That's the
2 in the
you're
morning.
missing.
if you're
No.
just talking about drinking during the day, then you don't really have to pace yourself because it's just during
Run
the day.
it, baby. Run
Right.
it.
Well,
I'm talking about like 10 a.m. till you pass out
Yeah.
at midnight or 1.
Yeah,
or
it's
2.
like, hey, I've got a party I got to go to tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. I got to keep it between the mayonnaise and the mustard a little bit. You know what I mean? I can't get too faded.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got to pace myself.
Yeah.
That's what you're referring
Right,
to,
wait.
John. Right.
you guys are machines for sure. You're experienced pros, but there's a lot of people out there that are not experienced. So
Yeah.
let me get into
Well,
first and
You
foremost
got to drink.
the landing pad. When you first start off, you got to get a nice solid meal, but you can't be all like crazy, right? You can't just like, I'm gonna slam down some like chili cheese fries, a triple
Can't
like,
do it.
cheeseburger, or whatever it is.
No.
Not your first.
Nothing super greasy.
Correct. No. The one I recommended, and it's something you just alluded to earlier, was like the eggs, potato, bacon, the staple that we do when we go out to the river or we go do our little things. We'll make breakfast, and that's breakfast tacos. So that's perfect. Nice little staple to start the landing pad
Yeah.
with.
4 or
then-
5 of those.
Yeah, knock back some beers. I mean, from there you just go. It just said stay away from liquor. Liquor is just going to get you there like really, really, really
Yeah.
quick.
That's where I want to go.
Yeah, like you don't want to like just knock back some old fashions like at 8 o'clock in the morning and expect to carry that pace and last until like 9 o'clock at night.
Maybe
not
some
gonna happen.
scotch or
Right.
something.
Right.
Right.
We got Greg Johnson says night scramble drinking is the shit.
Dude, Greg,
That
I
sounds fun.
100% agree with you. I have partook in that plenty of times. I've actually hit a few people with my drive on the night on running on a night. Alvin used to have one down the road. We used to go play. It was great. Yeah, I could not agree more. Could not agree. And actually, that course there, we did a day course there. That's where I did the beer hole. Yeah,
In Alvin.
in
Alvin, Texas.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Huh. Okay. You got to start with a standard all-American breakfast, you're saying.
Mhm.
Do you skip lunch and go to dinner, or do you got to keep eating throughout the day? How does this work?
Well, I think I think we do quite well when we do the all day barbecuing and drinking and stuff like that. We constantly have meats going, and we really don't fuck with the sides too much.
No, I think meats and maybe a bag of chips, and you're good to go.
Right, the heavy protein, stay hydrated. You got to continue to drink a little water.
That's the trick.
Mix in a few things. Jan was alluding to the vitamins and stuff like that. I've been on this like a banana bag kick here lately. It's a little vitamin pack, electrolyte mix or whatever it is. And I meant to take a picture of it so Raul can pull it up. They're not cheap, but it's comparable to the Liquid IV. I think it's better than Liquid IV, but it is a lot of vitamins, a lot of some electrolytes, salts, a little bit of sugar. It's not overly sweet. It does have a little bit of a vitamin-y taste to it, but I'm okay with it because, dude, it'll zap that hangover really quick. And if you take the night before, you wake up feeling like $1 million.
Are you drinking it throughout the day, or you just have to have it before you go to bed?
Either before you bed or you wake up the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it tells you like when you mix it, 8 ounce, 10 ounce, 16 ounce glass of water or whatever, you don't chug it. You sip it. You drink it over a course of like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right here, and I think it's so I actually had one of these the other day, and the only thing would have made it better is when I woke up and I took it, and it was a rough morning that morning. I wake up really early, but when you throw a shot of vodka into that water and you mix that up, and that banana bag, and something about that Tito's,
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, you feel amazing.
Could they come up with a better name for this thing?
Amazing.
It just sounds
The
funny.
banana bag.
The banana bag.
Well, it's a play off of what you get when you go into the hospital or the emergency room. It's called a banana bag.
Oh.
So it's a saline solution
know that.
filled with vitamins and stuff like that. So usually,
Yeah.
if you get super dehydrated and you go to get an IV, usually that's what you're getting.
Okay.
Also, I
Yeah.
will also lead off with I got off at lunchtime today,
Yeah.
and I have been at Twin Peaks day drinking all the way up until now. So
But you weren't outside, so you look a lot better.
thank you, man.
I'm here
yeah,
for you, bro.
Yeah. Yes, last week was rough,
Hey,
right?
man, they were worried about you.
Were they? Well, my eyes all droopy.
You look good.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
Greg Johnson said that he hit a yard maker with a cart.
Oh yeah, that's
and,
nice.
And then we got Pit Life Barbecue came in and said all bets are off at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, where
James,
Yes, I volunteer for the Houston
Okay.
Livestock Show and Rodeo.
thanks.
Funny thing is, I saw
Yeah.
earlier today that an executive
Not
for
good.
the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is going to jail, or allegedly.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, now some do
Bad?
wire fraud.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not good. Not a good look. He got
Bad
hired
for-
to do some contracting for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and something about importing a lot of tile from China. Tile, yeah, some just exotic tiles and stuff like that. And
What did they need tile for the rodeo?
dude, to make everything look fancy. Like
What's it
we're talking about
matter?
like inside the stadium.
Yeah, what does that matter?
Hmm.
Who cares?
Yeah. So
Right, we don't want
what
it.
he ended up doing was he the money that he was paid to do that, he ended up like not doing it.
Right.
And he used that to pay off some other
He went over
debts.
to Floor and Decor and picked up a pallet of
No, he
Four and a
went.
quarter
He went
white.
to India, got some tile, brought it in for like next to nothing. Was like, oh, this is what they gave us. You're like, for $1 million? What? Like, yep, that's the best they could do.
Oh man.
Damn, you got to go to jail now, man.
I
Damn,
need
that
to get back
sucks.
in the tile
Yeah,
business.
he was on the board of directors for Houston Livestock Show
Wait.
and Rodeo too.
What's got to be? Maybe I'll
allegedly again.
Yeah,
allegedly. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
allegedly
I think
apply
he's
for that.
still looking for his day in court for sure.
Hey, do you think there's an opening? What you're saying? Do you
Mhm.
think maybe we could apply for that position?
No, I think it's since been filled.
Okay,
They're just this is like kind of like they're going back. Like
it's like a witch hunt.
yeah, he's not. I don't think he's currently on the board. He was like an
X.
ex.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
You got TD's Brew and
let's
Barbecue.
go TDs,
They
man.
said, "What's up, guys?"
Dude, hey, listen, this guy TD's Brew and Barbecue. He's got some badass seasonings.
that carne sutra.
I know, man. It's so good. Look this guy up. Please give him some love because we definitely use his seasonings. And we love him.
He's in a lot of stores now too.
He is.
Yeah.
He's
his,
kicking
his
ass.
Mustard, Southern mustard, I think it's called, is
It's
probably
legit.
my favorite mustard.
Yeah.
It's legit. Yeah.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing back on the banana bag, the
Yeah.
multivitamin. One thing cool about that, this particular brand that not a lot of other brands have, the vitamins that they have, they're methylated vitamins, meaning they're already so your body goes through this methylation process when you eat stuff, and
Easier to break them down or something.
so your body converts whatever that fuel source is into a usable source your body can
It can use it. Yeah.
So if you're like somebody that has like a, I guess, genetic disorder
Yeah,
that you have a
your-
hard time or you can't
Your body's
break down this to that, this is already a usable form. So when you drink it, it's just automatically absorbed into your body. It doesn't have to go through
Easier.
that conversion
How much?
process.
How much money is this stuff?
Man, a bag of it was like, man, I don't know. I don't remember what it was. I know it was pretty
$30,
expensive. Maybe something like that.
You don't remember.
$50.
He just
I
said
don't
he.
Hey, man, I want
You
y'all
can probably
money.
Google it.
Y'all got money where y'all don't look at prices, huh?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. That's why I'm like,
want
I don't
that
even
kind
know,
of money.
man.
Damn,
That's what I'm saying.
I just scan my.
I gotta
card.
live this life
Whatever.
over here.
I don't even know
I don't
when
buy
I
it.
get paid.
Laura buys it.
Swiper
Yeah.
no swiping. What? What's happening
Hey,
here?
TD's Brew came in and said, "Yo, guys, grab my brisket."
Yo,
That sounds kinky.
Okay, yeah, man. Listen, all right. Next time we see you, man, it's on.
Yeah.
you're gonna,
Don't act weird when we
yeah,
grab it.
you're gonna rue the day you said that out loud.
So one of the I guess mistakes, one of the pitfalls that you can fall into day drinking is if you know you're day drinking, say the next day, don't stay up super late and just get faded drunk, because that turns into something totally different. That turns into hungover,
Jail.
recovery,
Could be.
drinking in the morning, and then that turns into
Another day of day drinking.
Yeah.
what I mean.
Well, you're
we've all been
drunk,
there.
drunk by 10 a.m.
Correct.
So that's
Yeah.
your body still has the alcohol in it. They had a thing.
Mhm.
You're really right, James. They had a thing a couple years ago where a lot of soccer moms were getting pulled over in line at school because they were like speeding or whatever it is, and they'd roll the window down. The cop would smell alcohol, even though they had not had anything to drink. And it was because the night before they put on a little bender with a little vodka drinks, hanging out with little girlfriends and whatever
Mhm.
else. Driving the old kid to school, they're getting these DWIs
Damn mom waters.
within like it was like a week or two period. There was like 3 or 4 DWIs sent out, like just getting arrested. You're like, sorry, man, you're over, and they had to blow like you're over the limit. And
Brush
like,
your teeth.
I have not
Damn.
had anything. You're like, yeah, well, you had enough last night. It still carried on this morning. So you're exactly right. Hangover there.
Mm.
What do you got to do? Got to drink some more. 2 drinks in, now you're faded, and there's no way you can last at that point. You're not making it all day.
Yeah.
And that's the goal of day drinking, is to last all day.
Correct.
Reach the night, get on a podcast, and just run it, man.
Yeah.
Just run it.
Just
Yeah.
That's
screw
what
it
I'm
all out.
saying.
He's definitely done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So another thing that they kind of talked about was avoid the brunch. Well, don't avoid the brunch. I mean, you can eat or whatever. Avoid the bottomless drinks. If you go that route and you continue to pace yourself, then you can look for the dive bar happy hour. Right. You can go into that place, hit it about 4 or 5 o'clock, and now you're just smooth sailing with some like cheap ass draft beers. Probably watching little ball games or whatever it is. And then, I mean, that just elevates your experience, your time, whatever.
I like this, James.
Hey guys, we got Pit Life came in again. They said his atomic pineapple sauce is money.
It is.
TDs came in and said it's gonna be the best day of y'all's lives. Ha ha.
Let's go.
Day drinking is a marathon.
It's true. You got to pace yourself.
And then you got Ricky came in and said, I have no problems with soccer bombs having to blow.
Hey, see, and this is what I'm talking about.
I
This
get
is
it.
this is what you get right here.
And Grill Full of Happiness said, hi guys.
Hey,
What's
Michelle, what's
up?
going on?
I know. You remember when James threw her some shade and he was talking about her
The scrambled pancakes.
scrambled
I mean,
pancakes.
I wasn't
Have you
trying
tried
to
it
and
yet?
we gave him
shit.
we gave him so much hell, and then all of a sudden he was like, dang, I think I might do this. Hey, he went home and did this. So I'm just saying,
It's a
hey,
midnight
yeah,
scrambled
he did
pancakes.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking my griddle all up.
Yeah.
because-
You should. What if you do the bacon first, then you just make the pancakes in the bacon grease and then just
So
chop
good.
it all up together?
So good.
Maybe a little maple caramel syrup or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
It might be good. I don't know.
it's weird that you went
Yeah.
caramel with it. You're like, now you're
I don't
actually
know.
cooking.
But
right
you're doing
now.
like
you
do
get a little powdered
bacon.
sugar, then you get a
What is
little
that?
like a little vanilla, and
Yes,
you're
100%.
yeah,
I'm saying
right.
make it
Yeah.
yummy.
Okay.
Anyway, anywho,
Yeah, earlier you and I, James, were talking a little bit, and we are a barbecue and beer podcast, and obviously we're gonna have some beer coming up here in a little bit, and talking day drinking and is again about the beer and whatever. But one of the things I've been kind of just thinking back on, reflecting on some of the badass barbecue that we've created and submitted and have been successful, in the competition realm. Even I go back to really early on in that, you don't have to make your own sauce, right? It's a lot of people in the competition world are not making their own sauce; they're using somebody else's. I know that the big one that a lot of people use is the what's a smoky what's it called? It's the Blues Hog. Smoky Mountain is one. The original. They have a competition blend. But Blues Hog is a one that a lot of people use. Meat Mitch is another one. But I've been thinking about just how this is incorporated, like what people are doing, in order to make their sauce the best possible sauce they can. That stands out. And one of the things that we were doing back in the day, and we still do this, by the way, is that we would take whatever sauce profile we really liked. But we always thought, like, and James, you were really good about this. You were really good about finding the flavor profile you really wanted for that rib or that chicken submission that we're about to do. But you would go in and I used to watch you do this. You know, you would go in and you would take all these sauces or sauce and put it in, and then you would start adding your butter and you would start adding maybe some seasonings to it, or maybe some hot sauce to it, or maybe whatever. But you just kept tweaking it, and I'd watch you do this until you got this consistency of this sauce that was like, first of all, it was really really good, but you kept working it down. You know, it couldn't be too thick, it couldn't be too runny. It just had to be the perfect thing. But you did this, and we were so successful for a long time. You know, just running that and whatever profile that we were trying to go with, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's something that, you know, I think a lot of people do it, but they're warming it up, right? And I think that's where you miss. It's not a warm up sauce, and everybody talks about warming up the sauces. And well, I got to put it on the pit. I got to warm it up a little bit. Hey, what temperature you warming it up to? Well, I'm warming up to 100 degrees, and I think that's probably been a mistake for a lot of people. And you win, you win, you lose, whatever. I'm not saying that you're not going to win with it. I'm just saying personally, to get the flavor profile, the balance, and everything else, you've got to heat that sauce up to where it starts to help kind of break down. You don't want to caramelize, you don't want to burn, but you got to heat the damn thing up. It's always been over 120 degrees, 100 degrees. We're talking about boiling almost, right? And we used to simmer sauces all the time and try them, run them, and had so much success. And I think back on it now, and I see this competition game happening, and I don't think anybody's doing that. I think everybody's just like, oh, I got to, you know, somebody said 100 degrees. I don't know who said, don't go over 120 degrees. I don't want it to burn. I don't
Yeah.
want something. I think
Yeah.
you missed the mark there
I think
a
that's
little bit.
I think that's the thought process, is that you don't want those sugars to caramelize a little bit or burn, because it does
Yeah.
change the profile
It
of
becomes
that
bitter.
sauce.
Yeah.
Becomes bitter,
Becomes
right?
bitter, yeah.
Nobody wants a bitter sauce. And I
So it
totally
tastes
agree.
good out of the bottle. You warm it up, and all of a sudden now it's warmed up. Now it tastes different. Then if you warm it up too much, now you go to the risk of just burning it a little bit.
Yeah.
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 But I used to watch you, man, and you would be on the heat, off the heat, on the heat a little bit, and you'd watch it. Okay, got to pull it off the heat, and you're whisking, and you're adding little things here and there. You kept going back and forth with it until you got the consistency and the flavor you wanted, and you pulled. And usually, when you pulled, you just sat there as it was cooling. We were almost ready for the wrap, or almost ready for what we were using it with.
Mm.
It just became. It was so
Yeah.
good, man. And I
Yeah.
think it's just
What-
something we got to.
Yeah, I
You
think it's
know.
in the beginning of doing this. There really wasn't a sauce on the market that really
Stood out.
captured what we were trying to do, and it was like, honestly, we were trying to give you that blues hog. We were trying to give you that sweet
Mhm. Little pop of heat.
pop of heat with a little black pepper seasoning
Yeah.
to it, and it just wasn't out there in the market. And so by taking a normal, I think we used Kraft. I think
Dude, it was a craft honey.
Kraft hickory honey, and then
They don't even make that anymore.
we would take that, and then we would just dump a bunch more honey into it, and then we would just a whole bunch of brown sugar into it, and then from there a little seasoning, whatever rubs we're using for the pork, and then start dumping in the Tabasco sauce, and we just keep going and going until we found a nice, like, sweet and spicy medium, and then heat it up, and we turned it on ribs, and we just, like, first place here, first place there, and just to the point people got angry. People got pissed off at these competitions that we were winning so much, because we were putting sauce on ribs, and is
They
back.
weren't
We're
doing
like,
it.
no, that they weren't, because oh, you can't sauce your ribs, and we're like, but hey, man, we're not saucing the ribs, we're glazing them.
That's right.
Yeah,
right.
and they're
You
like,
ain't cheating. You ain't trying.
yeah, they're like, these mother truckers glazing, and they eat the rib, and they're like, you
They
can
loved
tell,
them.
you can tell they're like, son of a bitch, that's so
Yeah.
good.
And they loved them.
Yeah.
Like,
They're like, James, how's those Cairo syrup ribs? I'm like,
yeah.
first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Love
you
you
go
more.
back and look at the little toolbox, it just loaded up with like all these sugars and sauces and stuff. They're like, trying to emulate it and copy it. So
I remember a lot of people coming up going like, hey, what are y'all doing? It's like, I don't know, man. We're just, we got brown sugar. We have this. Nobody wanted to say too much.
Yeah.
Now everybody's an open book, I feel like.
For the most part.
Everybody copies everyone. I think barbecue has gotten a little weird when it comes to that.
It's a lot of the same flavor
Everything's
profiles out
identical.
there.
Like I don't.
Yeah, very similar.
I'm just going to go on a limb here. Nobody likes a sauced brisket. I don't know who has invented this, who's thought about this, why y'all keep doing it. And I get it. Everybody's cooking these small little football briskets, and they're like they're glazing them, and it's like, oh, you got to have this. It it doesn't go, in my opinion. And if you ask these people, like they look pretty, by the way. I aesthetically they look nice. I'm just saying, if you were to ask me, like, would you do this at your house for your just having a party? No, I would never do that. I'm a traditionalist. I like this. I like the
Okay.
seasonings, and that's it, right? Whatever it is, salt and pepper. But again, for barbecue competition, everything is sauced now, and
Yeah.
I think it's sad
Because
like,
it wins.
no, it wins because everybody's doing it. Like if you had to pick the best turd, but they're all turds, like what do you think?
Okay, but I don't think everybody's doing it. I think most people are doing it. I think you're right. But what I'm saying is it's got to, well, who knows? Maybe if
It-
the Bill
it will
Purvises
not
or
change.
the Aaron Leslie's of the world did one without sauce, you think they're winning?
Nope. Here's the deal. What I think is the Bill Purvises and Aaron Lessons of the world they're doing it's a thin sauce.
Mhm.
Aaron Leslie makes a tremendous sauce, and it's
His
more.
brisket's so good.
It really is, and so is Bill's.
Yeah.
But it's not just out of a jar sauce that's put on. It's mixed with their au jus. Everything
Right. It's got to be thin.
everything is very, very thin.
It's got to be a glaze.
Yes, right. But it's very thin, right? It's not like you think. And I go by teams. I look at what they're doing, and I see them. I'm like, Jesus, man, that's like syrup coming out of that bottle.
Yeah.
It is so thick. Like you're not going to get what you want out of this.
You honestly sound like those old timers that were talking shit about the
Throw shit
ribs.
Hey,
Exactly.
Can I throw something at him?
Putting
Hey, do you have?
all that sugar on there. Man, I'm gonna have to go to the dentist.
Hey, we got TDs comes in, says there's a difference between saucing and glazing,
That's right,
That's what I'm saying.
TD.
Yeah.
And
Real
that's
light
right.
glaze.
and that y'all sauce y'all was putting on the ribs sounds like a killer sauce.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. No,
And-
I'm just saying, I get it. And listen, I'm not saying I don't like a glazed brisket, whatever else. I'm just saying a lot of people get too heavy-handed with it. They're not doing their due diligence. They're coming up with some thick sauce or whatever else, and it looks like a sauced brisket. Like you can see the striations from the sauce and how it just pulled up and kind of got wavy. You know, I think you missed the mark at that point. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The meat has to speak for itself at a certain point, and it can't be about the sauce, the seasoning. And me being a traditionalist, I really like the meat to be enhanced by the seasoning I put on there. If I choose to have a sauce, I want something very thin, very mild. I don't want it to take over what the brisket's supposed to be. In my opinion, the brisket is the showpiece. And I look at that for competition. And you know what? Here's the deal. There's been years where I've fought you, James, and you, John, saying we got to change the recipe. We got to do this. We got to do this. At the end of the day, I think you put something out there that's quality. You put your heart and soul into it. I think you're going to do really, really well.
Mhm.
You know, if you're just, I don't think it can just be some. I know it sounds weird, but I don't. I know it can. You can win with anything. I just don't want it to be what it is nowadays. I want it to go back, or I want it to,
Mhm.
or I want it to go forward. And when I say go forward, to go back.
Right.
I want to go back to something like, dude, you know what I mean?
He's longing for the good old days,
Right.
is what he's saying over here.
I'm just saying.
So we're gonna
Ricky came in, goes sauce on a brisket. Hell no. He
Thank you,
goes,
Ricky.
You glaze a ham, not a brisket.
That's what I'm saying.
And
It's our
then
boy Ricky right here.
Greg came in and said it's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly right. You
Wait,
still got
is
a
that
pig.
a bad thing? You don't.
You still got a pig. It's not a date.
yeah, we're gonna start a GoFundMe page, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be Make Barbecue Great Again. And we're gonna try to make barbecue great again. We're gonna get rid of the sauce. We're gonna create our own league. And we're gonna have
Shit.
stupid huge prizes for everything.
Yeah, 1 million. We're gonna have the best prizes. Our prizes will be better than anybody
Huge.
else's
1 million.
prizes. Yeah,
$1 million paid in $1 payments for the one.
Yeah, that's right.
rest of your
Also,
life.
we're gonna have inspectors sitting in your campsite the whole time.
I'm one of your inspectors.
Oh.
I need a Coors Light. I need a place to sleep. What?
Yeah.
No. I don't know, man. I think about all this. Probably too much. I probably put too much energy and thought into a lot of this. I just think that the way I've seen this go, like right now, I feel like ribs had the same sauce that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we're going this. All right. Ribs have the same sauce that your brisket does. Your brisket has the same sauce your chicken does. You know, like if you made a pork loin that was stuffed with anything, went wrapped in bacon, well, somebody put a sauce on that thing, and chances are it was one of your rib sauces. I'm just thinking, like, Jesus, when does it end? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, what are you going to inject your brisket with sauce next? You know, I don't know. I don't know where it should go at this point. It just,
You think people are saucing beef ribs yet?
yeah, I do.
See, that feels like too far to me.
Yeah. Like, what in the
It probably
European
needs
shit is this?
It's too rich.
Yeah, but the sauce, that just makes it
Yeah.
more.
I know, man. I'm
Yeah.
just, listen, I'm not, maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Prove me I'm wrong. Say, no, you know what? This is where it needs to be. This is where competition barbecue is. This is the best it's ever been in the history of barbecue.
It's the most popular it's
right?
ever been.
Hey, well, yeah, that's because it's just popular. It's because we have internet. It's because that they made a show on Netflix and it blew up.
Bunch
And
of them.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's why it's entertaining. And I'm going to call this out right now. Not in 4 years, but in 8 years, it's going to be in the Olympics. Why not,
You think so?
dude? It is such a growing. It's such a growing competitive sport right now. Everybody knows somebody that's doing competition barbecue. Go to work. Say, oh, anybody know any barbecue? Oh, my dad does barbecue. My uncle does barbecue.
Yeah, I
My
think in
sister does
Texas for sure. I don't know about the rest.
everybody
of the
does barbecue.
Greg came in and said that, wow, me and Jan have been agreeing a lot lately.
Let's go, Greg.
He said,
Let's
maybe I'm a bitch too.
That's right, man. Hey, this is what happens when we listen to the podcast. Everybody. Love that, man. Love it. Hell yeah.
Threw down some ribs last night. Used the Chicks That Smoke spicy rub. Mind blown.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like the Chicks That Smoke spicy barbecue all-purpose rub, dude, it is a game changer for sure.
Yeah, if you folks have not given it a shot, you need to.
Honestly, your barbecue will thank you.
Chicks That Smoke. It's at sucklebusters.com.
Hey, it's a perfect segue to go into the Grabbing the Brisket
Beer review. Oh shit, dude! We got the 5.5 alcohol percent by volume, the Bud Ice. Dude,
The big one.
Who is putting down one of these? Like, seriously, on your way home, are y'all buying the red, white, and blue? Huh? Is that happening?
I have not had a Bud Ice since.
What does
high
it
school.
cost now?
Yeah, how much were these, James?
Like $1 a piece
No, I think it was like $2 or $3, something like that.
Okay.
for a 25-ounce beer.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
be able to get the 32 ounce in high school for like $1.50.
Yeah, I think it's like $9 for the 3 of them.
Hey, you know what's crazy right now is all the inflation we've had. Like, you go to the grocery store 2 years ago, you could buy something for $90, and now it's costing you like $170, right? Whatever. Beer. He just said in high school he bought a 32 ounce or whatever it was for $1.25. We just bought a 25 ounce for like $1.99. Like, nobody's putting inflation. Like, I don't know what's happening. There's no inflation on beer.
If we were sober, we wouldn't put up with this shit.
Right.
That's what it is.
That's what I'm saying. But
That's why you
Yes.
drink,
right.
but that,
because of inflation.
Right.
because inflation's so high, and we know that beer is cheap.
Oh, that makes
Right?
sense.
Because at
Makes
the,
sense. Well, you know, it's cheaper than Coke. Not
okay,
Coca-Cola.
okay,
Oh, Coca-Cola.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how
It's cheaper than both of them.
like an 8-ball or what are we talking about here? No, I'm just saying at the end of the day, like a 12-pack still costs like $10 or $11.
Yeah.
For 12 beers.
It's pretty good.
You
Where
know
you
what I
need
mean?
to invest your money for sure.
Like, how can they make beer for the same price? You know what the reason is? Because did they ever raise the price of beer too much, too quickly? The entire world will come down and go, no, we'll pay higher energy prices.
Right.
We'll pay higher food prices. But you F with this? It's called a mutiny at that point.
Right. It's like, give me my 12-pack, give me my case
Yeah.
of beer. I'm good. I can regulate the inflation. I'll bring it down. I'm good.
I'll eat
just eating a
less.
sandwich.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
Slim
some
Jims.
bologna, some white bread, a little mayonnaise. I'm good.
Yeah.
Just don't mess with my beer.
Yeah,
Did,
exactly.
did we mention what the name of this beer was? Did you say it, Jan?
That's right. So we have the Bud Ice beer. I don't know when this came out. I want to say it's somewhere in the 90s. This beer came out.
This is the Bud Ice Premium. I don't know if
okay.
you mentioned the
No, I
premium.
didn't say
It
the
says-
premium
it says
side, yeah.
Premium on there. so-
Premium lager.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Bud Ice.
You know it's good when it's
This is what
premium.
Bud Light.
Huh.
Is this pre Bud Light or after Bud Light?
This is after Bud Light.
After Bud
Yeah.
Light. All right. This is.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I went to a SeaWorld thing really quick, and I didn't know that back in the day, SeaWorld was owned by Anheuser-Busch. So you could go there, had the Clydesdales there and everything else. I did a beer drinking class there. I was like, all the kids were like out running, doing rides and stuff, watching Shamu. I was like, hey, rip Shamu, right? Dang, that sucks. But anyways, I was like, I'll do this little beer drinking class. Well, RAP, I don't know if Shamu's still over there. I think they relocated or him. I don't know whatever. I'm just saying. But I would do this beer
Did
drinking
its
class.
fin like curl over?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
usually when you know they're
They're like, yeah, they're
They're
gonna go into water.
they're
Never,
done being in captivity.
Yeah.
They're deflating.
they're gonna go into water and never come out. Yeah. But listen, I'm in this class and they give you like a little token that you could get like a free beer. And I was like, dang, I said, only one beer. I'm like, oh, we'll give you another one. I was like, okay, great. So I got 2 tokens and I'm sitting there and you're trying different. They had this infusion machine that you could set up. And they're like, no, you get the beer, then you press the button and whatever infusion you want, it goes into your beer. And I was like, well, I just want the beer. And they're like, no, you got to do the infusion. No, I was like, well, I don't have to pay a chip for that though. He's like, no, you keep your chips. We'll give you a beer at the end of this. I was like, but any beer, not infused. He was like, yes, not infused. Like just pick an infusion. So I was like, all right. So I don't know what it was, some fruit, whatever. I took a sip. I was like, I don't like that. And I gave it back. He was like, well, can you try another one? I was like, sure. I was like, yep, I don't like that one either. Can I get a real beer? And the guy was like, just can you go around the corner? I was like, yeah. So I go around the corner and I order a beer. And so back then you could get it was Budweiser Select, right? And I was like, yeah, great. Can I get that? And then also, can I get a Bud Light too? And he's like, yeah. So he's like, we want you to have a different beer you never had before. I was like, well, I never had Bud Light before. And he goes, okay, just drink the Select Budweiser. And he goes, we'll give you like a Budweiser. I was like, an actual Bud. I was like, that's fine. So I'm standing there and somebody comes out and they're going to walk through the door. I was like, oh, no, you need to get your free beer. And they go, no, I'm not going to use these. And they're like, you want them? And I go, yeah, sounds great. So they hand me these 2 chips, right? I'm standing at the bar and I was like, oh, great. And I look over at the guy and he's like shaking his head. Well, as my hands out, somebody walks by and they're like, oh, you're taking the chips? And I was like, yeah, I'm taking the chips. So I literally, my hand is getting full of chips, right? And I look over and they're like, dude, and I go, let me get another Bud. So I'm handed off. Dude's like, Jesus. I was in like 2 hours, man, just sipping beers.
With your hand out.
Yeah, right. Hey, Amy comes walking up and she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, no, we did the beer class. She's like, it was like 2 hours. Get out of here. We need to go. Dude, walking out in 100-degree heat is not where I wanted to go, man. I was like,
Amy is the same, by the way.
Putting
up with you.
Yeah,
Oh
I know.
Yeah.
I
I thought
know.
you'd end up like in the freaking Shamu
Yeah.
tank.
No.
Just like giving free rides.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
So they say she was captured in 1965 and she died in 1971. But
The-
they've named
The original.
the original. Yeah. But she's
That's
dead.
sad. That's
Yeah.
sad, man.
Do they
It's
keep
just-
renaming the whales Shamu?
You're
I think,
Shamu
yeah,
too.
that's what they did.
Yeah.
Shamu as well.
7.
Dude, just yeah.
That's-
Hey, you know what?
Bullshit.
Shamu 75.
Can we
is
talk
like,
about dolphins
I
real
wanna
quick?
die.
Can we talk dolphins? Dolphins, the rapist of the sea. Have you seen this? They're horrible.
They're very aggressive.
Very aggressive. They,
Who
once
are
they,
they raping?
they'll try to rape you,
Me?
John. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Once they fixate on you,
Yeah.
Don't go down that dark web. Just tell you right now,
Hmm.
like it is dangerous.
I don't know what kind
Well,
of videos you've been watching.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, it's rapist of the sea.
Oh,
There
so
you
we got the Bud Ice. So,
Hashtag.
yeah, this is gonna be the longest beer review.
go. Oh shit, beer review.
Honestly, I haven't had this since probably high school.
Same.
And,
So,
and
like,
it's
30 years for you, 20 for me.
it honestly it probably tastes the same as it did back then. But I could tell you, like the first time that I think we did have it, we got shit. I think we're probably
We didn't drive yet.
no, we couldn't even drive.
No, we did drive. Yeah, we drove.
Yeah,
We're
no,
16.
We're driving.
We're 16 years old.
Our buddy Justin, he worked at a gas station.
Justin Anderson. That's his
Yeah.
last name.
Yeah,
I'm
hey,
gonna
Justin.
go. What's up, Justin?
And he worked at a gas station and he closed that night. And what he would do is like take like an empty like case of a beer box, and he would just start snagging like singles and just start filling it up.
Yeah, man.
And then he would make like trips out to the dumpster, and he'd set that beer box to the side of the dumpster, and then we would just slide in and just scoop in.
Well, he couldn't drive.
Yeah, he
So
could.
we roll through,
we
we
were his
pick up
ride.
the beer, and we pick him up.
Yeah. So we scoop up the beer, boom, throw in the truck, boom, back to the house. And
Yeah.
then Do we even have a cooler back then?
Yeah, we had a small cooler, small little baby cooler. We got some ice in it. We went straight into we had family in town, dude.
Mhm.
We went straight into the house, take a left, straight back to the hallway.
So sneaky.
back in the room.
Nobody even
Mm.
realized.
Ninjas.
Walls
Yeah.
were thin, dude. You couldn't whisper without somebody hearing what you were doing. And we were like back there, like cackling. We're so funny, you know. Hey, we was about 6 seconds. We're already opening bottles, like just getting slammed.
Yeah.
dude.
Let me go a rundown. I only
Yeah.
remember a handful of beers that was in this like smorgasbord.
Oh, yeah,
It-
yeah.
It's like the charcuterie board of whatever the terminology you want to say.
Yeah.
So there was Bud Ice.
Yep.
There was Red Dog.
Red Dog.
Do you
I
remember
don't think
Red
I've ever
Dog?
had red. I know what you're talking about. But I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever had it.
There was Red Dog. I'm trying to remember. There was
Shit, dude, that just
probably,
gave me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about that. Yeah.
he just tried to grab. He grabbed like just the odds and ends. I guess he didn't think nobody would miss.
Mhm.
They're all
or
40s
there was
or
like
32-ounce
abundance
beers.
of
Yeah.
stuff, so he just like snag whatever.
The Mickeys.
Yeah, oh,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah,
OD.
yeah. So
Oof.
we'd sit there and just like knock them back, but it just that was a crazy night. I think Jan kind of
Dude.
partook a little too much.
No.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, listen, I remember like going into the kitchen. I was trying to find something to do. We've been drinking for like an hour or two, and we're like, we need to eat something.
like a beer and a half, 2 beers.
I'm super blitzed.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but these like 32-ounce
How old were you guys?
beers.
16.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we had a few of these. I think we probably had like 10 or 12 beers total that were there that we picked up. I remember getting in the kitchen and my grandmother had come in to visit, and I'm like, dude, I'm in front of the refrigerator, but I'm on my hands and knees. And I'm like down at the drawer level, right? I'm just staring at it.
Right.
And she's like, you okay? And I go, just looking. And she goes, dang, you know, it's like when you're out of beer, you're just out of beer sometimes. My grandmother says this to me, and I'm freaking the fuck out, right? And I'm like, damn, she knows. I remember standing up, there was a bag of chips right in front of me. I was like, cook. I just walked off, man. I didn't say shit to her. I felt bad. I just walked past her. I was like,
You're
can't.
so mean.
Dude, I couldn't talk. I was not myself. I remember getting back in the room, dude. I devoured those chips, and then I gave them all back to the bag. Yeah.
You mean you threw up in the bag?
I gave every
Okay.
chip back to that bag.
Okay.
Hey,
Uh,
Greg said he did the same thing, but with trash bags full.
Yeah.
So y'all had the boxes he did with trash bags.
There it is.
You said he also said, Red Dog.
Yeah,
Black Label Light was good and cheap.
there it is.
Mm.
You're right.
We might need to try to track down some Red Dog.
I don't know.
and
If,
do a little
they
beer
don't make
review.
it.
Yeah,
Is
we
it
don't
good?
make that anymore.
Yeah.
No?
I don't think you're gonna find that anymore.
I seen Mad Dog.
Yeah, we've seen that. Dude, I'm telling you, man, it was so
Disgusting.
much fun. Just getting absolutely like never had like really drinking before that, and just getting just absolutely disintegrated.
Nothing better than that first time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Dang. That was day drinking. No, I'm just kidding. That was night drinking.
It was
We'll,
underage drinking, is what it
Yeah.
was.
we'll close out. We'll close out the whole. Well, I guess we need to close out the beer
Yeah.
review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Honestly, this beer tastes like nothing. You know what I mean? It's very just like watery down. Smooth.
With a little funk at the end.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not good.
It's got the
Totally get it.
5.5 point.
I like that.
on it. So
It's got to get some points.
I do love how they give you the 1 extra ounce.
Yeah,
You don't really
25,
see that, you know?
Oh,
What I mean?
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
usually it's a 24 ounce, so you get that 1 extra ounce.
which is weird because the can's the same size as a 24-ounce can, right? They're just overfilling it, or I don't. How are they getting the 25 ounces out of this?
It's probably a little wider
Yeah.
That's
A
what
little
they-
girthier.
girth.
Okay.
It's got the girth to it.
Got the old girdies.
Okay. What's your score?
I'm just like a solid like 5.
That's exactly what I was going to say. This is so middle of the road. Honestly, this is to me is not any worse or any better than Bud Light or Miller Lite's probably a little
It's
bit
better than Bud Light.
I would say it's the same. They're both taste like
I think Bud Light has more of a
Water.
metallic-y taste to it sometimes. I don't know why I
Yeah.
don't care for that.
We really didn't get into the whole process, but the whole ice thing, it's I think we talked to Martin House Brewery at one point in time because they had that one beer
The
that
Ice
they,
Mare.
they used out of that
Yeah.
ice
that
process.
was the strongest beer ever.
So I think they're using the same process to like cold brew. That sounds terrible, but you know what I'm talking about
No.
when they brew this beer.
Mhm.
It's brewed at a colder level and it produces this style of lager.
Yeah.
Well, they said they were like basically freezing it, taking out the water part, and then it just gets stronger and stronger. Is how they made that one.
Okay. Are they taking just Bud Light and then just freezing Bud Light?
I think so. Yeah, pretty sure that's exactly what they said.
Jesus, dude, we just drink frozen Bud Light.
I think this might be just frozen Bud Light.
Son of a bitch. It's 5.5% alcohol by
Yeah.
volume.
We're both at a 5. What'd you
So.
say, Jen?
Uh,
It's not the worst thing ever. I feel like it's probably gonna give us a headache if we drink too many, but
yeah, I just think it's very. I don't know, like something like corn or something. Is this corn?
it's not as
alcohol?
corny to me. It's just kinda a little bit malty.
I'm gonna say
I think Bud is like made out of rice.
I'm saying 5.5.
okay.
You get the ABV, man. That's what you get.
We
There
got
you go.
it's no Montucky.
No, it's
Yeah,
no
it's not a
Montucky.
Definitely not.
Montucky got that corn, a little
It
sweet.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shit, what are you gonna do about it, right?
I don't know. Hey, that concludes the grabbing the brisket.
Listen, guys, we can keep that jingle going because we love it and we're really good at doing it. But we've done it a lot. We do it at home when we're just
Right.
drinking sometimes.
We've argued over whether or not we should stop this
Yeah.
jingle for about 3
Should-
years. I vote we just keep doing it because I think it's fun.
We can outsource it, you know.
I know
Yeah.
we could.
Yeah,
We
I don't
could,
want to. I
I
don't want.
like doing it.
I'm just saying, should we do an actual it's the beer bitch or review, whatever else? Should we do a review like that, or should it just keep being the boo, boo, boo?
I think it's
I
great.
know,
love
Just
it.
stay original, man.
Just-
Yeah,
I like it.
This. I
Okay.
like this.
I like it.
Maybe we get Raul to sing with us one of these times.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah.
yeah.
If
Y'all
we
don't
ever
hear
were-
me.
If we're ever good at just harmonizing,
Yeah.
I think we all come in high and then drop down low.
Oh, you need somebody
you
to
want
go
me
low.
and
Yeah.
start then go high.
You need
Nope.
some.
Hey, what
some
we should do
tenors,
is just
some-
get like the local elementary school choir, have them do the whole jingle.
Dude,
The
I'm
kids
saying right
singing
now,
beer
yeah.
review.
if you don't think we can't get that done in this city right here, I guarantee you right now we know enough moms that have kids in choir. Be like, hey, listen, we need to borrow your kids to sing this jingle for us.
beer review
The
jingle.
beer review jingle. Hey, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same moms that are getting DWIs in the pickup line.
It doesn't
Just
matter.
Slow down the drinking.
It doesn't
moms.
matter.
Hell yeah, they'll do it.
Hey, I'm Pantsless Aaron,
This is Stevie.
and I'm Augie, and we are BFYTW, a podcast all about playing games and having fun. Our games are usually based on British panel shows and game shows, but we'll play anything that captures our attention and imagination. Why? It's right there in the title.
You'll never guess what the F stands for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Last before we put this whole day drinking to bed, before we get to bed, you've
Yeah.
had a nice long day of just drinking and eating and drinking, and now you're settling in, but you're wanting that last night, that go to bed snack.
mhm.
That what are you eating? What are you ordering? What are you?
Pizza.
It's a pizza.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna have a pizza. Maybe I'm gonna eat out of the box. I may be on the floor at that point, or not. I'm turning the television on. Me and Beasley, that's my dog. We're gonna sit up and we're just gonna watch some TV, relax. He'll eat a piece. I'll eat a piece. It's good.
How many times have you fallen asleep and the pizza is just gone, and then Beasley
He's
just
got no sauce on his chin.
No, man.
he's rolled over, it's like just fat as a tick, just like
No, it doesn't happen.
like what's wrong with him?
Now, how many
Right.
times I've fallen asleep where the pizza got delivered and I'm on the couch and I don't hear it. And then I wake up like at 2 a.m. and I'm like, what the hell? And then I go out and I got a cold pizza out there. That's happened plenty
Has
of
it?
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I put one in the oven, then I go to sleep. And then I wake up to this burnt briquette
Oh my god,
sitting in the
that's
oven.
not safe.
Yeah, I've done it.
You
Yeah,
need
you-
some
Bro,
okay.
you
yeah.
need some alarms or
Uh,
something.
Right.
To,
I did it back in my days with the little frozen taquitos. That
Yeah,
you put in the oven.
dude.
Yeah. I put them
Those
in
are
there.
good.
Forgot they were in there.
Dude, we burnt. I
Yeah.
burned up like 6 pork chops one night. I was like, I
What
made
are
it
you
sounds
doing
like
making pork chops in the middle
For
of the night?
real.
yeah. I was like, dude, I'm gonna. So I even took the time to sear them off really quick, and then I threw them in the oven to let it bake out. And I turned on a show. I was like, okay, I'll put this show on, and this is really good. I'm not gonna go to sleep. And I was like, out. And then, dude, I woke up. Dude, I when I opened the lid, I think one pork chop was on fire inside. It was
Oh
actually a
my God.
flame. I was like, I don't know where the fuck this flame came from. But yeah, these things were.
Flambe.
Right.
They were broiled, dude.
Are they good?
They were so hot when I pulled them out of the oven that it melted the plastic that I was throwing them in. I was like, damn, I gotta put them in the. I put them in the sink, and I cooled them off, dude.
Can you imagine pulling up to Hondo, Texas, with the open fire meat and like just have your oven? It's like, hey, where do I put this oven at? Like open fire, pork chops. Let's go.
There it is.
This thing will go up 500 degrees.
You got any gas?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't ever have that much energy at the end of the night when I'm drinking like that. I'm basically like a bag of Cheez-Its or chips or something, and I'm literally eating them on the toilet before I get in the shower, and then I'm going to bed. That's it. That's my night.
Dude.
End of the night. I'm
That's
shitty drunk. I'm like
Gross.
sitting on the toilet with my Cheez-Its.
Who showers drunk?
Who
I
eats
shower
Cheez-Its on
every
the
night.
toilet?
I cannot go to bed without taking a shower. It doesn't matter how drunk I am. Yeah.
Hey, they said don't change it up with those smooth, sultry voices that you can't switch it up.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. Who said that?
Your brother.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you. Thank you.
Justin.
And then Greg came in and said, I agree.
There it is.
Well, when you've got it, you've got it. And
Thanks, Justin.
We have it.
Thanks, Greg.
I think we might have a barbecue fail. We're not positive if we played this one before, but we're going to run it and see.
Guys, this is Joshua Bonfiglio from J Bon Barbecue.
Ooh,
It's been a while. We moved to Texas
hell yeah.
last September, and we had to come home for reasons. Anyhow, just got set up in the new house. Last night, I only got a Weber at the moment, but I did some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, indirect, with some pretty good sized steaks. I didn't get pictures, but it was a win, and we just got a new puppy, so that's also a win. Anyhow, I just wanted to reconnect. It's been a while. Love you guys. Thanks. Bye.
Dude.
That's our boy. This is the same guy that just finally got his smoke slinger.
Yep.
So he has more than just a Weber in his yard now, because he sent over a picture. I should have sent it to you. He's got his new smoker, and he's said he's going to be playing with it this weekend.
Dude,
so.
it's a sick smoker. If
I
you
want one.
if you get a chance, and I know that maybe we've got like 2 people or 4 people, but when this thing actually airs, we should have like at least 5 people. But
you know it's live, right?
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, what I was going to say was, if you get a chance, go check out the actual giveaway on this one. Frank Cox and our guys with a smoke
slinger.
Smoke slinger. Put this together, and this is a phenomenal pit. It's going to be a lifetime pit for him. It's going to work. It's compact. It's mobile.
It's a good. Yeah, it's very cool.
And it retains the heat. This is a briquette style smoker.
Yeah.
You can use real wood and whatever else. But I'm telling you right now, the way this thing is set up, it's got griddle attachments. It's got certain things that just make sense. There was a lot of thought and a lot of ingenuity went into this. So if you get a chance, check out Smoke Slinger. Obviously, check out our boy Frank Cox with smokeabuilder.com. Because this is where this thing really got put together for. So I'm really excited that he was able to get it. It took a while, and unfortunately we've had to we had to do some negotiating here in order to get this to happen. But here's the deal: it happened, and we were very thankful that everybody that put an entry in or anything else. But this smoker, man, I want to buy one, and
it looks pretty cool.
I
It looks
think
like you could do. Oh, I don't know exactly. I haven't seen the insides. It looks like you can do like the old school direct.
Yep.
Like you do like the ribs or the whole hog or whatever right over the coals and everything underneath there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
I just dumped my beer.
Oh no, you're still dumping.
Shit. You got a towel?
No, you gotta. Okay, he's dumb. Anyways, yeah. So John, tell us more about what you were saying. Just drink it off the table, John.
I'm not gonna drink it off the table.
Jesus, dude.
As long as it's not going in my shoe.
Anyways,
But no,
so
that's pretty cool. Like it looks like one of these square body like pits. Have you ever seen the Hasty Bakes?
Yeah.
It looks kind of similar to that style, but it is heavy duty.
it is.
It's big.
Like I said, it's built to last. And anyways, you get a chance, just check it out. It was one of the giveaways that we did for the podcast. And we were definitely grateful that these guys got together and was able to actually make this thing happen for us. Here's the deal. I mean, like when you commit, and we're going to hold you to it. So, hey, we definitely appreciate it. And hopefully there's more to come out of this. So.
Yeah, that giveaway was obviously our end of the year giveaway for the barbecue wins and barbecue fails. So if you want to get entered in this year's end of the year giveaway, Send us an email.
That's it.
Grabbingthebrisket@gmail.com. Nope.
Nope.
Info@grabbingthebrisket.com.
There it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
and also, they win a bottle of Sucklebusters for this entry of Grabbing the Brisket. Barbecue wins, barbecue fails. So anybody out there that's listening, please follow our social medias. Go to the site, grabbingthebrisket.com. But yeah, if you participate, you get paid. And I say get paid, you get paid in seasonings.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Or like other cool little giveaways, whatever. But yeah,
it usually enters you once you participate like this, when you enter at barbecue win, barbecue fail, and you get showcased, you obviously win a seasoning from Sucklebusters. But more than that, a lot of times we take that entry and we put it into one of our end of the year. So we usually do a couple, just so it's out there, or whatever else. But yeah, I think it's freaking badass, man.
What do they win?
They win some Sucklebusters. Everybody wants some Sucklebusters. I think that everybody has their style or whatever Sucklebusters you want. Mine is the Chicks That Smoke. Feel free to peruse the page. They have about 20 million different seasonings. They're all fantastic. And tell us what your favorite one is.
Yeah. Can I just say really quick, if the last like 1 minute sounded awkward, it's because John dumped his 25 ounce Bud Ice all over the table. And
thank you.
They know actually, because we got alcohol abuse.
Okay,
they can see it.
Somebody else said cut him off, wasting beer.
That's what happens when you day
And then we
drink.
got another one that jumped on and said no shit, cut him off.
Cut him off.
Hey, it's hardly wasting. We lost about 30 cents of beer.
This is what day drinking does to you guys. He's an animal.
I know it's kind of big, John. Like you might not be used to.
Really?
Say the word.
Just kidding.
Keep going.
What
What were you gonna say?
You never felt okay. We know what you're talking about. Never mind, James. We don't have to say it without saying it, right?
It was wiener talk there. That's what that was. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I think we can wrap this sucker up, put a bow on it.
Yeah. Hey, honestly, guys, it's been another cool little episode of Grabbing the Brisket. It's Friday night. I don't know what you guys have planned, but we're going to have fun. Hopefully the people that are listening along, you're going to tune in and you're going to listen to the next episode. The people that joined in live, hey, we appreciate you guys. Keep tuning in. We love your feedback. We love your interaction, and we want your questions. So if you have anything for us, you have anything for John, James, Jan, Alex, Matt, just let us know. Man, this is a cool episode.
What's that phone number? 434-829-2299.
434
829
2299.
Yeah,
that's right.
Or it's right there. Yeah,
Or
look right there. You see it?
Also, hey, if you get a chance, check out the page. We're always trying to do something unique, something fun on our grabthebrisket.com. And as well as all of our little social medias are there. So yeah, give us some love. And hey, man, I appreciate you tuning in.
Faux show.
It's been great talking barbecue with you guys.
Peace.
Last one, he said, yeah, he's definitely used to handling more something like a truly.
Oh,
Assholes.
shit.
Block whoever that was.
Yeah.
Till next episode. As we close out, big thanks to SmokerBuilder.com and the NBBQA for their unwavering support.
Absolutely. And cheers to Barbecue News Magazine, Sucklebusters, and Dalstrong Knives for their contributions.
And you know YETI always has our back, and CoolieNation ensures our drinks stay perfectly cold.
Lastly, props to Cambro Manufacturing and, of course, the Spicy Nut, the Chicks That Smoke seasoning. Thanks to all for powering this show.
Until next time, keep smoking.